Hello, welcome to another week of the Fertility Freak podcast. My name is Michelle Tillman, your fertility expert and educator. And today we are talking all about fertility-friendly lube, okay? Because what you don't know matters. Today's episode about fertility lube is super important because the wrong lubricant can literally shut the door on your chance to conceive. So yeah, grab your notebook, your Bible if you need it. Let's get into it. All right. So what most women don't actually even know, why fertility lube even matters. Because regular lube can kill sperm, not slow it down, not make it tired, not make it confused, but baby, it can kill it. And most lubricants are acidic and have ingredients that can damage the sperm, which make it almost impossible for them to even swim to the egg. So that's like sending some swimmers into a pool full of cement. They're not getting anywhere. So if you're trying to conceive and you're also using just whatever lube that you grab, you might be working against yourself without even knowing it. So what's going to make your fertility lube any different? So let me go through a few things that you should be looking for when you're trying to find a fertility lube. It needs to be pH balanced for sperm. Healthy sperm only thrives at a pH about 7 or 8, which is very close to an environment inside of your cervical mucus during your ovulation. But the problem is that most regular lubricants have a pH of about 4.5, which is like lemon juice, okay? And that's not what you want when you're trying to conceive. And the second thing you want is a lubricant that's isotonic. And this means that it matches the salt concentration of sperm so that they don't shrivel or swell or die. And yes, the wrong lube can literally shrivel up the sperm. Okay. The next thing you need is one that supports motility. A good fertility lube, it doesn't make your sperm swim slower. It actually helps them to swim easier. This is why brands that are made for conception matter. It's not just lube, okay? It's literally a part of your fertility protocol. So let me go over some popular options for you, the main players in the fertility world that you may or may not have heard of. But the number one that's most well known is Pre-Seed. This one is designed to mimic fertile mucus. It's great for couples who are dealing with any dryness or anything like that as well. The number 2 one is Conceive Plus. It does have magnesium and calcium ions in it, and sperm love that, so that's really good. It also supports sperm movement even better in some cases. The last one, Baby Dance, which I actually just sent this to one of my clients. It's paraben free. No glycerin, and it's non-toxic, and it's great for sensitive skin. Love, love, love that. Now, one I will mention, not honorably, it's Good Clean Love. Now, let me tell you, the reason why I say not honorably, because sis, I mean, when I used it the last time, I felt like I was on fire down there. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. This is not where it's at. Now, while I was conceiving my first 2 miracle babies, I used Pre-Seed. We always used Pre-Seed. And so as someone who dealt with male factor, and to everyone who's listening who's dealing with male factor, you cannot skip any month with using your fertility lubricant. Every fertile window, you need to be using a fertility lubricant. Because if the sperm is slow, if they have a low count, low motility, more morphology, you have got to be using a lubricant every single time. Do not skip. This is a part of your protocol. Okay. Now, also, honorably, there are organic aloe-based lubes that are sperm safe, but please know that all natural lubricants are not fertility safe. Just because it's natural does not mean it's sperm friendly. Okay. So next thing you got to consider, when should you actually use the fertility lube? When you're ovulating, of course, during your baby dancing on your fertile windows, if you have dryness, if sex ever feels painful or you need more comfort or moisture. But you have to remember something that people forget. You do not need a lot of this, okay? Too much lube can actually block your cervix. So there's a gentle balance between the two. A dime size amount is enough. And the best thing is using an applicator. Most of these brands come with some type of applicator. So that way you can make sure you're only using the recommended amount. And with it also is just for cleanliness. So you're not putting it on your hand. You never want to put the opening of the tube directly onto your vagina. Like that's just, contamination. So you want to make sure you're using the right amount so that you're not end up blocking your cervix. And I just want to say a lot of people, the reason why they take stuff like Geritol, not Geritol, what's the other one? Mucinex. They take Mucinex because they're trying to have more cervical mucus, to have the right type of cervical mucus. And the biggest thing I want you guys to remember is that why would you consider, like, why would you take a whole medication that affects your lungs and like every other part of your body when all you're trying to do is get more cervical mucus? So you don't need Mucinex. Get you a fertility lube and call it a day. Okay? I mean, maybe you're hot and passionate in the moment and you don't want to stop and do the lubricant. But listen, here's one other tip. Speaking of pH balance, oral sex before penetration during your fertile week can also throw off your pH. So I know we want to just, have these hot romantic scenes that we've seen in the movies during our fertile window, but that may not always be. I just need you to take a little time, use a little lubricant. I know it makes it feel a little calculated, but do you want a baby or not? Come on, let's get it together. You can still be sexy. Your husband doesn't even have to know that you're doing it. Like, I have been the queen of sneaking it in, so he doesn't even realize it. Because that's part of the stress you might have, as a woman, you're thinking about this all the time, a lot more. But as the man, sometimes it could be physically or mentally a turn off to know about the lubricant. So find little ways to get in if you can, or if he doesn't care, you don't care, don't worry about it either. But I just put that 2 cents in there. Okay. So you don't need Mucinex. All right. And you don't need a lot of the lubricant. So the next thing we want to talk about is understanding that fertility lube goes right along with your faith-based strategy. So yes, we're going there. Your fertility journey feels very stressful sometimes, painful or full of shame, but it doesn't always have to feel that way. Sex shouldn't feel like a chore when you're trying to conceive. God created pleasure. He created your body. He created your womb, and he created resources to help you along the way. So sometimes your miracle looks like strategy plus wisdom and using all the right tools. Just like Hannah prayed, she then went home and got it in. There was prayer and action. So don't be afraid of support. Don't be embarrassed by the fact that you need a fertility-friendly lube. This is just a part of being having stewardship over your body and your promise. Okay. So let me just give you some common mistakes when it comes to lubricant. Let's clear these up. Coconut oil kills sperm. I have heard so many people say their medical providers recommended coconut oil. No, that can kill the sperm. Saliva kills the sperm. Random lubricant kills the sperm. Too much fertility lubricant blocks the cervix. Using lube too early in the cycle when you don't really need it is unnecessary. So what you want to do is use only fertility-safe lubricant only during your fertile window, unless you're just using it for comfort. Use a small amount. Make sure you're tracking your ovulation. I always recommend taking your basal body temperature. And then make sure that your partner, your husband, is not using harmful lubricants either, because maybe they were just trying to, help and they used something or did something. Or like we said, saliva can kill sperm. Maybe they want to, do oral on sex first, but you have to remember that can kill sperm. So you got to make some adjustments of what you're doing during your fertile window. Okay. I know that's a lot to think about, but you can manage it. Just do a little planning in your head, come together and say, hey, all right, for the next week, things may look a little different. Okay. So just know this, that God is still writing your story. Even if you've been trying for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 10 years, I want you to speak a declaration over yourself. My body is not broken. My womb is not empty. My story is not over, and the promises of God still stand. If He opened Sarah's womb, if He remembered Hannah, if He blessed Elizabeth, He could do it for you too. And if using a fertility-safe lube is one of the tools on your journey, use it and keep your faith high. If this episode blessed you, go ahead and share it with another sister who's going through her fertility journey. And as always, join us for our free masterclass mini course so that you are never walking this journey alone and you have all the tools that you need. I love you guys. I'm praying for you, and declare over your life today, it is your turn.